We're going to give you some tips for the top 3 reasons why your eyes feel tired and heavy all of the time. Starting with number 1, let's focus in, dryness. Now right off the bat you might be thinking, hey, I clicked on the wrong video, but really eye dryness might be one of the top contributing factors to making your eyes feel tired and heavy. In fact, when you go into your eye doctor, which I recommend if you are dealing with these symptoms, they might actually say, hey, we might be dealing with a dry eye problem here. And that might be a little bit complicated, but let's go over why dry eyes might make your eyes feel tired. A lot of eye dryness can be either contributed to staring at screens, which we all do for extended periods of time, or your work environment, or both. If you think about staring, either staring at screens or can also be staring at a book, or if you're driving for long periods of time, staring off into the distance, we blink 60% less. That means you're getting a lot less fresh coat of tears. Your eyes are more exposed to the air, so they dry out. It causes more inflammation and redness and irritation. And if you're doing this all day, maybe not just an hour, but an hour can actually cause those symptoms. But if you're doing it 6, 8, 12 hours, that can really add up and takes a toll on the eyes. So here's a list of things that you can do right now, that you can change right now to fight these symptoms from building up throughout the day. Take your frequent breaks. You'll probably hear a lot of eye doctors saying, use that 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, take a 20-second break, looking 20 feet away, try and blink your eyes, rest your eyes, focus somewhere else. Just take the break. Make sure that you're drinking enough water, staying hydrated throughout the day. You can drink water during your break. If you can get into the habit of using some preservative-free artificial tears, getting a fresh coat of tears onto the surface of the eye, that can help calm them down, help decrease inflammation. If you can do that and build a habit out of it, that can definitely help in the long run. And I have a video that I did about my favorites. I'll put it in the link in the description below the like button. One thing that I actually don't see a lot of people talking about is eyelid hygiene. Now I know this one might sound a little bit weird, but if you are not washing your eyelids, your eyelashes once, twice a day, bacteria and buildup and inflammation can build up on the surface of the eyelid, especially around the base of the eyelid margins where the eyelash follicles are. Now, I want you to pay attention as you're working throughout the day. If you're working on the computer, at the end of the day, if you feel like you have almost a burn or a sting almost around your eyelids, almost like your eyelids are kind of slightly warm or burning a little bit, then you might be dealing with blepharitis, or your eyelids are actually what are feeling tired and they're dry. And that's where I would focus on eyelid hygiene. And what I mean by that is actually morning and night using either eyelid wipes to clean off your eyelids and eyelashes, or an eyelid cleanser, which is actually what I use every morning, makes a huge difference how my eyes feel, especially towards the end of the day. And I'll put links to my favorites in the description. I also have some videos about that as well. And if you have the ability to change your work environment, if you're by a fan or by an air duct and it's blowing around you, that's really drying your eyes out. Try and see if you can position yourself in a better position, move your office, move your workspace, so that you can actually protect your eyes from more air flowing around. Now before we get into number 2, the symptoms of tired and heavy eyes are a lot of times interchangeable. In fact, the symptoms of tired eyes actually are vast. In fact, I'll put a list up right here. When a person comes into the clinic and says, hey, my eyes are tired all of the time, this list of possible other symptoms that is contributing to tired eyes pops into my head, and I gotta address and look for all of these in hopes of helping with the tired eyes. Now, like I said, tired eyes, heavy eyes, sometimes used interchangeably, and that's because a lot of times it deals with the muscles of the eyes. There are muscles on the inside of the eyes and outside, and those, like any other muscle, can get overworked and get fatigued. Number 2 is extended focusing or extended accommodation. There are muscles on the inside of the eyes that flex and allows you to adjust your focus depending on where you're looking. If you're looking at a computer screen or reading a book, then your eye muscles flex and it actually bends and focuses that light. Now, if you have to hold that flex, hold that muscle while you're reading that book or looking at that computer screen, especially when you're getting to the hours, then that muscle can definitely get tired and definitely get fatigued. Now this can be even more obvious when you start entering into something called presbyopia or early presbyopia. Presbyopia is when you start losing your ability to hold focus or focus at things up close. This is usually the reason why people cross over into needing reading glasses, computer glasses, bifocals, no-line bifocals, it's because they're getting presbyopia. Now, what's tricky about presbyopia, especially in the early stages, early presbyopia, that person can still focus and still accommodate and flex and see just fine. They can see their computer, they can see their book, but when they have to hold that for a long period of time, their eyes definitely feel it. In fact, sometimes it gets to the point where maybe they can only hold their focus for maybe 30 minutes, and then their vision starts to fluctuate in and out, and maybe eventually gets to the point where, oh, my eyes can't do it. I can't keep the image clear, and it gets too tired. So some tips here, just like the dryness tips, definitely look into taking some breaks if you can, where you can refocus. You can look far away, relax those focusing muscles, just give your eyes a break. And if you're getting into that presbyopia stage or early presbyopia, or if you are just getting tired, you might want to look into getting reading glasses or near glasses that can help take the strain off of your eyes. The analogy that all the doctors use, it's kind of like if you had to hold a 10-pound weight with your arm for a long time, you could do it, but man, your arm is going to get tired. Reading glasses would be like changing that weight to a 5-pound weight. Takes the edge off, you can hold that weight a little bit longer, makes it easier, especially in the long term. Now, I actually have specific videos that go over reading glasses versus computer glasses versus blue light glasses versus bifocals. And so I'll put those links in the description so you can look into that further. But the main tip here would be to go to your eye doctor and get an updated prescription. You may be in a position where you're focusing, you're accommodating more than you need to. You might have an uncorrected amount of a certain condition, whether it's farsightedness or astigmatism or that early presbyopia stage. Or at the same time, you might have one eye that might want astigmatism and is a little bit farsighted and one eye that's not. And so the eyes won't team well together, maybe fight each other. And so if you have correction that can put both of your eyes on the same playing field, that's just going to help you out in the long run as well. Number 3, and I feel like this is the one that gets left out the most. When you look up why eyes are tired and heavy, I feel like that this one isn't talked about enough. And I feel like at the same time, it also might be one of the biggest contributors to those symptoms. Now, when we're looking at something up close, like our computer screens, our eyes will point in to point at that screen so it's a single image. This is called convergence. Your eyes will converge for something up close and diverge for something far away. Now, a lot of people actually have a natural eye posture where the eyes like to sit out a little bit. When they're relaxed, they'll go, finally I can take a break. But if they're wanting to look at something, the eye muscles will kick in and hold that position for as long as it needs to. Now, if you have one eye that likes to sit out a little bit more, maybe the muscles don't work as well as the other eye, then that can lead to some eye strain. Sometimes the eyes won't work well together, and if it's really bad, sometimes you'll get double vision because the eye will want to drift and take its own break, and then you have to snap it back and say, hey, behave, work together. And so after a long day of doing that, they get tired. One help here can be the reading or computer glasses. When your eyes focus or accommodate to make it clear, a lot of times those muscles are linked with the convergence muscles that bring the eyes in to make it a single image. And so if you have reading glasses, computer glasses, that makes it a little bit easier on one system, then it can help with the other system as well. Another thing that can be very helpful, and I feel like a lot of people don't talk about this, is the use of prism in glasses. Prism in glasses are used to shift the light or the angle of light going in towards your eyes, and if you can use it correctly, then you can take the edge off the muscles that are pointing your eyes in and kind of relax it a little bit. Same idea of taking the 10-pound weight and going to a 5-pound weight. You're doing this same thing except for the muscles that are turning the eyes in. And you can go even a step further and get what's called contoured prism. And that's something specifically found in something called NeuroLens glasses, where you can have a different amount of prism maybe looking far away and a different amount when you're looking up close, because sometimes you need a different amount depending on the demand or what you're doing. And so that can actually be a very helpful set of glasses depending on what you're doing. And that's something definitely to ask your doctor about. Not all doctors have the option to do NeuroLens glasses, but definitely most doctors can deal with prism and prism glasses for sure. Another thing, especially if the muscles, either convergence or divergence, is becoming a big issue, maybe you're getting double vision or just the eye strain, you could look into what's called vision therapy. Vision therapy are a specific set of treatments and exercises that actually can help strengthen your eye muscles. It pretty much helps work those systems of muscles team together, work better together, and so vision therapy might be a great option for you. So that's definitely something to look into. Okay, now I know I said there were going to be 3 things that I was going to help with, but for the people that stayed towards the end of the video, I'm just going to list off additional tips, one right after each other, just boom, 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 boom. Hopefully these things that you can do right now to help you out. Thanks for watching the whole video. Stay focused. Let's do it. If you're on a computer screen, make sure that computer screen is 20 to 26 inches away from your eyes. That's usually the optimal distance. And make sure the top of the screen is eye level, because you want to be looking straight and down. Try not to be looking up, because when you look up a little bit, that exposes your eye a little bit more and can cause your eyes to get more dry. So 20 to 26 inches, eye level down. If you can, get a computer screen that you can tilt up and down to eliminate any glare or reflections that might be coming from the ceiling lights or backlights or anything like that. That can make a huge difference. If you need to, get a glare filter over your screen. If you're outside or driving for long periods of time, definitely wear sunglasses. The UV light can tire the eyes out. UV light can cause irritation and inflammation, and that can make your eyes feel tired. And just the light alone can cause you to be more light sensitive. And so by wearing sunglasses will definitely reduce those symptoms. If you wear contact lenses, try giving your eyes a break, especially if you're doing screen time. If you are in a work environment where you have low humidity or it's cold air is dry air, then try using a humidifier that is strong enough to bump up the humidity a little bit. That can definitely go a long way. Try and get enough sleep and quality sleep. When you're sleeping, your eyes replenish the tears. And so if you're getting too little sleep, then your eyes will automatically start off on the wrong foot and be dry. This one might be kind of a weird one, but I've actually used it and it's helped me. I actually put a reminder on my computer, and I've tried it on my phone, and it's a blink reminder. There are a few apps and programs out there that actually tell you, hey, it's time to blink. If you want to try and use it, I'll put that in the description as well if you want to download it. It's free. It's free, and the apps on your phone are free as well. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Thanks again.